my marks on the other side here. Got my magnets. Get one ready. Get the crud off of it. I got super glue, CA glue here. That's probably enough. I need a better tool here. There we go. Do that for all of these, and that will be ready. Okay, in one of our wood storage areas, you need some organization, I will admit, but all this wood is from our pianos that we take apart. All of it's over 100 years old, around 1900, usually late 1800s. And now we're at the point where we can find some wood for a back for our guitar. And I think we're going to use either a solid chestnut back or a veneered burl walnut back, like the case. The case has a nice burl walnut on it. So we have stuff like this. This looks like it's wide enough to resaw this, book match it, and that might be wide enough for one back of a guitar. Boards like this come from the uprights, the sides of an upright piano, one side and left and right side, so you get two boards like this. Not sure what this is. Sometimes we get butternut. Butternut's kind of rare from the pianos. We get a lot of, I'll call it American hardwood. I don't know, I can't really identify it in the wood identifying books. But it's great, hard, stable stuff. Lots of this, a lot of basswood type wood. That's lighter, that's softer. I'm not sure what this is. This might be a nice back just as is. Resaw that and clean it up. Nice clear grain. We'll put that aside. That's a possible selection. This is a bottom board from an upright. They used little slats of chestnut on that. We're not going to use that. A lot of solid beams. Some of them are butternut. There's stuff like this. Even this is kind of cool. I don't know what this is. It's a giant plank. This must have come from a side of a concert band. It's huge. About an inch thick. Really wild looking veneer. Or not veneer. Grain design. Maybe we'll use this. That's pretty cool. But if we're going to veneer it, we'll try to pick not so pretty wood, so it doesn't matter if we cover it up. Here's some walnut. That's nice. I think that came out of that Chickering. Number 10 is made out of. There's some more. Hopefully we can organize this soon. Stuff like this. Just mysterious wood. I don't know what it is. Hard to tell. We'll pick some out of this room and we can show what we found and start making a back. So here is the number 11, and here's our burl walnut that we chose to put on the side. That came from a 1913 Chickering upright, I believe. So that's pretty nice stuff. It was very thin, and here's all the veneer that came off the piano. And right now we're deciding if we want to make a solid back or a back that is veneered with this. If we can find something that'll work, that's thick enough, we just might use it. Some cool stuff from the factory. It's a nice thick one. It's really plain and boring looking.
I think this is the stuff I had selected part of this. And not that
That
one.
looks like a nice one.
Yeah, this one here. See that?
It feels
Yeah,
it's
paper.
thinner than normal on these old pianos.
Some of them. This one's thick enough to work with. Get it down here in the fancy stuff. I can see all the winkies in there.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's loaded. It'll match the case.
Yeah.
Right there.
This is the dry wood with no finish, and then it turns into that.
I got several I could put together.
Nice big one.
Yeah. This is mahogany.
It should all be from the same piano.
This is walnut.
Yeah, I'm probably going to use this if we do use it and just throw it out. It's almost useless, a lot of it.
I got enough to make a back, I think. This stuff here, this really curly stuff.
There should be two
You can use
pieces.
this to patch it in. It's not wide enough to do the whole back.
Yeah, there's probably one side of the upright.
Wow, that's a big one. This whole big swirly thing, kind of nice. But this is more of the stuff that's on the case. It's really busy like that. Busy, busy. See that? It's almost wide enough. It's a little bit on each side here. See that? Yeah, I can patch in here
Yeah, you could hide that
with these.
fairly
See,
easily.
with these little, patch this in like so, see? Beautiful. So, that's what we'll do. There's a piece here. This can move over. I'd never try to keep this in the middle, it would be nice. This will patch up there, and I could take another piece and put it over here like so. Maybe this in here, like that. So I have plenty to make a back. I just need a base,
A core.
a core. Yeah, okay.
It looks chestnutty, oaky. Not ash. It's a weird color.
Yeah, it's not our usual white oak.
This is some strange core wood that came out of a lid.
It is hard.
That's the edge of a lid. I think from a Weber Grand. That was like an 8-foot piano.
Yeah.
Like 1880s maybe. It was a big one.
Oh, that nice
It
weather.
was a shame to destroy it.
Yes, it was.
You can't give them away to save your life. We got it for free on its way to the dump.
So we'll use this for the
This is a
core.
good candidate. I'll go get the other pieces and check them out.
Stuff here.
There's some other options.
We'll get this veneer out of here. It's getting crunched up. Turn that over. Bust it. Good glue. There we go. We'll re-glue that. Re-edge it.
I don't know what this is. Some kind of weird chestnut.
it's some kind of oak. I don't know what it is.
It's very hard and heavy. It's the heaviest one we got here.
Yeah, it's strong.
That would be good. That would be good.
It'd be a good back.
We get this one. This could be resawed. This is also seems pretty dense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ash. Another of these strange, unknown species.
Looks like chestnut, some of this stuff. You know, if this is 1880s, 1890s, it was before the blight, you know?
We have this one. This is what the side is made with. This is good stuff. This came from, I think, a Mason and Hamlin. Grand. That's the rim. Yeah, there's the end of the piano.
Yep.
And there's the hinge.
Yep, that's the side of the piano alongside. There's the curve here.
So that's good, hard, light stuff.
Yeah, I might use that.
Like this one here. This is very light. Some kind of basswood, poplar-ish stuff. It's really light.
Could be willow.
Willow.
It's the same stuff they make the legs of.
This one too.
Lord knows what that is. Maybe some wood experts could tell us. Sycamore? Maybe? They have long grains like that. That's a big tree.
Well, you can try that one. It's a little thin to start with. It's probably okay.
It's got to be thin because we put the finished veneer on top of that.
Yeah, that would be doable
Yeah.
if it's wide enough. Might be hard to glue little pieces to the sides.
Oh,
Yeah, make it out of this.
yeah.
I don't know.
I'll cut these to size. You can pass them through the sander. Get them thin. About 1/8 of an inch. That's what they gotta be, because they're gonna be 3 layers.
That was a big top.
It's gotta be 1 layer. These have to go sideways on the case. You know, laterally.
Right,
grain.
cross grain.
Then the 2 finished veneers are lengthwise. So.
Okay. Okay, here's our operating table. Finally have some time to put these magnets in for our scroll work. They're in the scroll work now. I have these just stuck on here. I'm putting them in the rim of the guitar. This is how I'm doing it. Got to make sure these magnets are the right polarity, the right way, otherwise they'll push each other away. Take that off. That goes like that into the guitar. Put that aside. Drill a hole here. I got them marked already. Dull drill bit. Are you filming?
Mm-hmm.
I heard it click off. Put some glue in there. There. So I'll glue all those in and these should be good. Here's my scroll work. Lots of magnets on this one. Maybe overkill. There we go. That's a good one. Won't fall out too easy. You can just grab it with something or your fingers. There's one down. Let's do the next. And this is scuffed and edge broken and ready to paint. That will be the last thing to get painted. You don't want to get black in your shellac and get it all over the top when you're putting it on by hand. So we try to keep the dark colors off until we have to put them on. Here's my bag of shellac, liquid shellac. I'll just put these in the bag and mush them around. These are fully coated and sealed. We'll let that dry and they can be ready for finishing and some painting on the edges.
I don't know what kind of wood this is, but it's fairly light, very brittle, and of course this piece was here. Just cut it and moved it over here. And I glued it together. Big enough for making a guitar back. And now I'm going to put a cross banding on it. We're going to glue the sub veneer this way. This way. 3 layers. 1, 2, 3 layers. And then after that we'll put the finish veneer on top of it, the walnut. Tap test. But this is how we get our cross banding. This is taken from piano cases that we unglued, and this is the best way to store them. We found out. We tried for quite a while, years. We tried keeping them flat, and that was very, very inconvenient. So now we got these rolls here. They look like parchment, pretty close. So how do you straighten this out? If you straighten this out, it'll crack. So what we do is we put it in hot water. Again, that's how we unglued them. Hot water. So we got all different. There's some different kinds in here. Some of it almost looks like soft maple. And some of it looks like poplar.
Most of it seems to be poplar.
Yes.
Sometimes it's mahogany, like these.
Yeah. Yes, mahogany.
That's the sub veneer from the uprights and grands.
Yeah. So, this is what we're doing.
So all of this is about 1900, late 1800s.
Yeah.
Middle to late 1800s.
How do we get it on here? Okay, we'll show you. We got one over here soaking in the water. I don't need to take any of these, do I? To soak one? Make it look like, watch it fall apart?
No, we just put one of these in some hot water and we can show what it's doing right now.
It unrolls in seconds, so let's go look.
We'll unroll it and flatten it out, and then it will be ready to be our cross banding for our back.
Here's what we have to do. This is really hot water, and it does 2 things. It allows us to, look at that. Two things. It washes off the glue residue that is left on here after we unglue these in a very large soaking tank. We put the whole piano in here. This is probably, I don't know what it is.
That might be from the front half of a lid of a grand.
Yes.
You can see where the beam was.
Oh, yeah. So anyways, let's put it in here. And of course it doesn't have to be this big. I'll cut off what we need in just a few minutes here. And after this is thoroughly saturated, all I do is hang it up in the room with a clothespin. So it has the air on all sides nice and even, and it dries up nice and even, and it will be flat. Flat enough to use. I can feel it. If there's any glue on here, you'll feel a little sliminess, but I don't feel any. So we're gonna leave it in here for a few more minutes, and I can cut it to size.
Turn this background fan down. Sorry about that.
Yeah, good. You shooting there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, this is, of course, bigger than it has to be. We've been making them smaller, 15 inches, 14 inches next time. So all I gotta do is put this here like so. And fold this like so. See, it's already so wet it won't break. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. So that's what I need. And this is excessive stuff. I'll just roll this back up like that. And that's an ideal way to store them. They don't take up much room and they stay that way. So this is what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to soak this some more until it's thoroughly limp. And just let it dry. Let it air dry in the room. And then we heat treat it, bring it up to hot, 150 degrees, and then glue them together. Oh, I need one on each side. That's right, I forgot. We got to put one this way and one on the other side too. Okay. There. Put that back in there. I'm going to do two. Let these soak like a lot. We'll put this away.
Here's our nice, thoroughly soaked veneer. Just hang it up like this so the air gets at it on both sides, and that should dry flat enough to be usable in a couple hours or a couple days. We'll just leave it sit there. Here's our back selection. It was soaked in water to get all the glue off, and we're going to let it straighten out now. And this is, you can see the saw marks, it's pretty cool. That was a big saw cutting these. This is one of the laminations from a Mason and Hamlin rim, I believe. It was all one piece. This was like 12 feet long from the grand piano. It wrapped around the whole case. This was how thick the case was. There must have been 15 of these all lined up. So we have a lot of this. This is great wood for what we're doing here. This will be run same as the top direction, the grain. And then we have our sub veneer here. That'll be perfect. That'll go over there, and then that will be ready to receive the face veneer over that. We'll make a sandwich. So first we have to let this dry out and plane the edges and add some on the side. And we can start putting our back together. And I think this is... What kind of wood is this? Looks chestnut-like almost. I don't think it's chestnut. Some strange wood. American hardwood from 1900-ish. Okay. Here's our back. It's just a little too skinny. So we're adding on these two little side pieces to build it out. There's our ultra high-tech flattening board here for the edges. Once these are glued on, we can jig up to glue our sub-veneer over this. Here's our side piece, and sometimes you run into stuff like this with this reclaimed wood. That looks like that's where a hinge was, maybe.
Yep.
We just found a little tack nail that's been in there for a long time.
The big saw marks, boy.
Looks like it's almost half an inch from the rust mark. Yeah. Little nail. Okay. We'll watch out for those.
Yeah.